I'm Mark Seifter.
And I'm Linda Zayas Palmer.
And this is Arcane Mark. Hello, everyone.
Hi, welcome to Arcane Mark.
Today we're going to build a deity. That's right. You're going to build a new deity. We're going to include all the deity information that usually is included in a deity. So, as always, when we do a workshop, we're going to have votes in chat to determine information of deities. And in order to do that, we're going to put some of your ideas down into a poll. It's not like an official poll setting poll. We're going to put the ideas from chat into the chat and have people vote in there.
Oh, Paizo stream had problems too?
Paizo streams have bigger problems where I think people were muted.
Oh, today. Yeah. God of Sound, Destroyer of Streams. Well, Kojo, we can still put God of Dating in there.
Yes, we can. We can put it in there. That is totally fine.
And see which one is more popular.
We have God of Sound, Destroyer of Streams. We have God of Dating. And are there any other ideas for a deity? If not, we can have a vote off between the God of Sound and the God of Dating. So we'll see which one is more popular. And for those of you watching this on YouTube who are like, the sound is fine, why are people talking about the sound here? Before we did this, we had a pre-show where the microphone was like facing sideways behind the computer. So that's why people in chat are talking about
God of Minor Skirmishes rather than War.
God of Minor Skirmishes.
That'll be 3.
Yes. So we've got a God of Minor Skirmishes
That makes me think about what does Minor Skirmishes mean? Like a
God of Lost Causes.
Oh, that one's cool.
Yeah, that's right. God of Lost Causes is always trying to convince people not to stop in a place that has a choke point.
This is a reference to the game that the player who just suggested it was GMing for us yesterday night. Anyway.
So we've got 4 deity ideas. I'm glad I made Linda laugh with that one. Those are good deity ideas. I think all of them could be a good deity, or an evil deity, or unholy or holy. Let's put them out for a vote. So put 1, 2, 3, or 4 based on which of these that you would like to see as your deity.
We have a vote for 1, God of Sound, Destroyer of Streams.
We have
vote for 2, God of Dating. Another vote for
Sound.
1, God of Sound, Destroyer of Streams. And our 2 could also be talked into 1. Whoa.
We've got another one for God of Sound, Destroyer of Streams.
We got 3 Gods of Sounds and... Okay,
but
we got
here's
a 4.
One for the God of Lost Causes.
Another one.
God of Sound. We're not going to be able to beat that with 4 votes.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. So.
Oh, you had to go yell at Norgorber to get the sound working again.
Norgorber is always silencing things. So we're gonna do God of Sound, Destroyer of Streams. So this deity's concept is that they basically create sound waves that disrupt other types of waves, such as water. And they reroute water sources and possibly cause, like, droughts in some places, or, but also, like, abundant water in other places, which changes, like, climates and biomes.
So, I'm also thinking about, destroying trains of thought as well. Like, just being, like, the most irritating sounds that you can imagine.
Because it's, like, brain waves.
Yeah.
And so it destroys any kind of waves and streams of, like, stream of consciousness other than sound waves. Is this very similar to... Wasn't there, like, one of our other deities that was just constantly bothering people? Or was that something else?
I can't remember.
Okay. Well, this one's a little bit different.
So Kojo's saying that they don't. Kojo is a little disappointed because they don't have. So I think one thing that they definitely do have though are performances.
They do have performances, but there are no these are the types of streams that that they have in like a fantasy setting.
So is it more about the fact that it's a stream, or is it more about the fact that like someone is trying to communicate and they're being
But would you need a deity of somebody like just being loud when you're trying to talk?
Well, no, I was
Like,
thinking
is that,
about
like a
like
godly portfolio?
yeah, no, I was thinking about sort of that's why I was trying to get into like disrupting thought, disrupting expression in all forms.
Yeah, I feel like that's where we get our benefit, because it's disrupting water, it's disrupting thought, and there are other types of waves than brain waves and water waves. Like it might even disrupt light.
Oh yeah,
and cause like eclipses and like other sorts of situations and strange phenomena that not at the appropriate time. And birds fall out of the sky. It's a deity of disruption, and it does so by using sound waves to disrupt other types of waves.
Yeah.
And this deity is just completely a deity of disruption. So let's go through, and now that we've figured out like what the heck does this joke actually mean, and that we're gonna take it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, that's the first step.
Yeah, that's always the first step.
Is how do we take this idea and move it into the setting?
So in the background, you can come up with a name ideas, because that's one that always is the hardest and that takes the entire stream, and we don't always even have one by the end of it. So start thinking about that. Let's figure out some of this deity's situation. So what would we say the names of our areas of concern are? We already know that areas of concern includes sound and disruption, or I would say noise. Mm-hmm. And by the way, noise blast has to be one of the spells.
Yes, absolutely.
I know that we do everything and it's a democracy, but I am. Oh wait, it can't, because it's already on the divine list.
We're gonna have to find something that isn't. Yeah,
it can't be.
You can't do.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is, unless they like removed it in the remaster. They did not.
No,
it is.
You
although
can't.
It's on the arcane list now, and I'm not sure if it was before. But. Noise blast cannot be one of this deity's spells. So, but its areas of concern, we know that they include noise and disruption, and those like maybe are the areas of concern. Anybody who has other areas of concern to give to this deity, just let us know in the chat. Like, it's not like they have to say 3. We have Gorham's open right now just because he's not going to need this page anymore.
Oh.
So we might as well use it. So we know the areas of concern. Another thing that often takes a while to think of like good examples of are edicts, anathema, and like sayings or aphorisms. Mm-hmm. So if you have any edicts, anathema, or aphorisms, or just start thinking about them now. We'll get back to them later, because we'll do some easier questions that will let us learn a little bit more about this deity. And just type any of those in chat as you're going along.
Oh, secrets. Because they disrupt people sharing info.
Uh-huh.
I like that.
Yeah, so what would that be specifically? Since Norgorber, and this doesn't have to be for Golarion, but like Norgorber is a god of like secrecy, like keep quiet. And this is more a god of a deity of like stopping information of getting somewhere, not because you're quiet.
Miscommunication, maybe?
Yeah, miscommunication. Secrets via miscommunication. That's exactly what I was thinking. Needed the right word for it. Great. So let's do an easier one. What are our 2 divine attributes?
So I feel like charisma makes a lot of sense for this one. Because of like, if they're going to be going in and disrupting and making a giant scene, then having a big personality would be reasonable for that.
Also, I think that Kojo is starting to think of some domains also for this deity, which is a good thing, because now that I've seen both secrecy and trickery, I've realized that they with capital letters, I've realized that they're domains. Secrecy, I feel like, has a quiet ability that this deity is going to be angry about.
Yeah,
so
probably not, because
it's
quietly
domain.
protecting secrets and getting them hidden.
So Kojo says it could be that wisdom is the other one because of perception. So I'm just going to
Let's go ahead and put trickery in the.
hold on.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put all of the ability scores down. This makes it easy. And vote for.
You pick 2.
You pick 2. So here, just put 2 numbers or the names of the 2 ability scores for the ones that you're looking for. So we've had some suggestions for charisma from Linda, from wisdom from Kojo, but any ability scores will work. What do you think this
Which
deity
2 do you
does?
want?
Like, I could see a justification being made also for strength because like the force of the noise and the sound and the blast.
Yeah, I could see Dex for like just worming your way into any situation and getting out of the kinds of trouble that you cause.
I could see
Con
Con
for
because it just
withstanding
won't stop. It
Yes.
just won't stop. I don't really see this as being very intelligence based.
But wisdom, wisdom's.
I could see wisdom potentially too, just in terms of the fact that
like you recognize the situation and understand just how to mess with everything.
yeah, and charisma is definitely, like you said, Linda, I think is pretty strong. So what do people think in the chat? Put some numbers or the names of attributes. Yeah, depending on which
I
ones
feel like
you
if
think
it
should be the
was
divine
int,
attributes.
then they would be more of like a schemer type, and that would imply something about the deity that we want to continue to build in.
That's right. That's why I wanted to pick it early, because it will influence the deity. Like, we could pick any of these, but the deity will be a little different depending on what they are. And the one that I'm seeing, who is just coming in here and disrupting everything, is very like brash and straightforward, and I would probably pick charisma with strength or con for that reason. But we'll see what the vote says. What do people think our divine attributes will be for this deity? And while we're looking at that, I will go into the next.
Yeah, thinking about the divine font and stuff too.
The next one is going to be divine font. So we can have. I will start putting in the options
do
for the
them with
divine
A and
font.
B instead, because otherwise you will.
I'm not gonna press.
Oh, you're
enter.
setting it up. I see. Yes. Because we don't want to clobber or confuse anything that's going on.
That's correct.
Does anyone else have an opinion on the ability scores? Or attributes, rather?
Yes. Type in your we thrive on voting, so put in your numbers or attributes in chat, and we'll see which ones they are. We've got strength and charisma from Matthew. That's the one. That's one of the sets I would have picked. And Linda has also tacitly picked charisma as well. So that puts charisma in a pretty good spot. But we don't really know yet for the other ones, so I will put question mark and charisma. Anybody vote for these attributes next, and I will actually change it to A, B, and C.
Yes.
While we're waiting for votes on those. Oh right, it's gonna turn into
lowercase b.
sunglasses. I have to do
or a bracket or something like that.
A square bracket.
Yep.
And there we go. So
3 and 5.
We've got 3 and 5. So that.
Oh, so now wisdom is gaining on. Yeah.
I think that it makes it wisdom and charisma.
Yeah, I think it does too, because everybody has a different idea on what they want for the physical ability.
We have
score.
2 wisdoms, and then strength, dex, and con kind of split the way around it. And while I also put in a thing for strength or con, I'm gonna give mine lower priority in the tiebreak.
Seems legit. And I see harm.
Harm.
Yeah.
Harm font. I think that makes sense.
Absolutely.
That's what I would have expected too. I mean, it does create the noise that disrupts. I could see an argument, but I think harm.
So then,
all right. So divine sanctification. Our options are can't sanctify, can be holy, can be unholy, must be holy, must be unholy, or can be holy or unholy. are, I guess, the theoretical options. I don't know if any deity
Is
have
it possible
some of these.
to Is it possible to be must be holy when you have harm?
Yes.
Okay.
It'd be very weird. In fact, I think can be holy or unholy is also very strange. There might be a deity that has that. I'm not sure, but I guess Gorham does.
Yeah, the one you have over there now.
There we go. Because even having one of those two is a very unusual choice in the remaster. So being on both sides of the spectrum is just like I play both sides. And Numbet Pigs can't sanctify. Matthew picks can be unholy, but does not have to be unholy. Just depending on what they want.
Numbet says actually 1 or 7.
Either can't sanctify or can be holy or unholy. Mm-hmm.
So with this point, we have a slight weight toward unholy among everything,
Yes,
but
that's
mostly neutral options.
It's pretty neutral with a little weight towards unholiness
Mm-hmm.
on this deity. We're pretty convinced that if it can be holy, it's only because it can be anything.
Yeah, so this, to me, then means that this deity is, like, potentially more, you know, like when you think about what the alignment would be, like, might be a little more on the chaotic neutral side rather than the chaotic evil side.
Yeah, actually, we've got a 1, 3, or 7, so it's exactly tied.
There we go.
It's not exactly tied. Anyone can vote, and you will be the determining factor as long as you vote for 1, 3, or 7. Meanwhile, let's move on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
As we're learning more about this deity, and we now know the deity's attributes, maybe that will help us pick the divine skill.
Yes.
So you can put any skill in there. However, performance might be a good choice, potentially, just in terms of, like, making some noise, being loud. Intimidation,
I was thinking
Intimidation,
also, yeah.
shut things down by just yelling at them.
Yes.
I think is going to be a very, very strong choice for this. It's likely going to be some kind of skill that uses one of the divine attributes. Like if we had strength, we could have had athletics for like bullying things and pushing around with waves.
I'm not really seeing this being like, you know, yes, our divine skill is nature. Or survival, or whatever. I think it's gonna be.
I don't think so.
A charisma E1
or medicine.
Medicine.
The best medicine is noise.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think it's gonna be deception.
No,
or diplomacy.
Mm-hmm.
Allow me to diplomatize. Noise.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably performance or intimidation.
All right.
For these folk.
So. I'm pretty convinced I'm gonna, but not force people to do those by putting in a performance, intimidation, and then I'll put other. Okay. And then you can pick other if you do not think it should be performance or intimidation. And then we can vote for that. I'm gonna use 1s, 2s, and 3s because maybe I should have used A, B, and C.
Yeah, you probably should. You still had one going on for that.
Had one going on for holy and unholy.
Yeah.
Roll a d6.
Roll a d6 on the holy and unholy since we're on a tie.
Yes, we got the middle, which is 3, which is can be unholy.
All right, can be unholy.
Yes. So, can be unholy. It does not have to be unholy. All right. So, what do people think between performance, intimidation, or other for our divine skill of this deity of noise that disrupts streams? We see performance. We see intimidation. They're both really good. We see performance. Our performance has the edge for now.
Indeed.
I'll pencil it in there. We can always change it later if we must. If the votes change. Now, what about our favorite weapon?
What weapon is going to be, like,
the loudest? It's got to be, like, a gun or something, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's the loudest gun? What is the loudest...
Well, I mean, it's going to be, like, some ridiculous
time gun.
It's like a cannon or something. No, people are going to be talking about the largest gun ever made.
The loudest. Nah, I don't know. Is a blunderbuss really loud? Is a blunderbuss louder than other guns of its era? Nobody cares about this question, and nobody answered it on Google.
There we go.
Okay. Wait, is Harmonagun super loud? Is that like one of the things about it because it's named for a bird since it's very loud? Is that true? Let's see. It is named for a bird because of the buzzing sound its projectiles make, which is actually maybe not that loud.
Not the loudest one, yes.
Okay.
Although it could be annoying.
Could be annoying. Okay. Numbat says Starfinder has sonic weapons. Can we borrow them? Not yet, but when Starfinder 2E comes out, oh boy, we would be able to. It would probably even be a Starfinder deity who then disrupts actual streams as well. When they get into the future, they're like, these are streams that I would like to disrupt. I used to only be able to disrupt other kinds of streams.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's a question of can a chemical bomb be? I think these are like weapons instead of like a category of.
I mean, theoretically,
those,
bombs are a weapon, so it could be like whatever the sonic bomb is. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, like, I feel like having a consumable as your favorite weapon is not a very nice to a cleric if they're stuck with that.
Battle harp.
Battle harp. I mean, it could be. Is that like an actual weapon that was in Treasure Vault?
Wants to find Battle Harpy.
I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing Harpy.
There's is that Lilen's harp? I think that might be a special.
I'm seeing a Lilen's harp from PF1.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And that's not an attacking harp. It's a.
Let's see what the Pathfinder 2 description of Blunderbuss is. It doesn't say whether it's loud or not.
Presumably it is loud.
Okay. I mean, it is concussive.
Yes.
But, I mean, so are most of the guns. All right. Well, we'll have a vote. Our choices are Blunderbuss versus some kind of drum weapon we make because it's loud and disruptive.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, number was first we're talking about making a battle harp or battle lute.
Oh, battle lute was in an AP. So battle lute, we don't even have to make it. It already exists. Even though a drum might be better for bothering people, I really like weapons that exist. Because they exist. So we can go with I will keep that in there, but also put battle lute as a separate option.
And then I'm trying to think if there's a way to do with the.
And then okay.
Thunderstone or whatever it's called in Remaster.
Yes. So choice 1 is Blunderbuss. Choice 2 is some kind of drum weapon we make. Choice 3 is battle lute, and 4 is Thunderstone or whatever it's called in the remaster. Sweet. So vote for our favorite weapon. It's gonna be weird no matter what you pick, because none of those is a normal weapon.
Yes.
For a deity to have. Like Reject says, this is a tough call because they're all so great.
Because they're all so weird. Why not a bit of both?
All right, battle lute is getting some traction, but here's some kind of drum weapon we make from Rico, who laments having missed all of the previous votes. All right. So I will pencil in battle lute, but I know there's still votes going on. So. Oh, no,
there's another battle lute. I think battle lute's got it.
Has won it. In it to win it.
Battle lute. Well done.
All right, let's go back here. We now have that, and so we're going to want to come up with 4 main domains, and if we have more domain ideas, then hey, we can put an alternate domain.
First of all, we already have trickery as an idea.
So I'm going to put that on our poll, just already to begin with.
That must be untuned.
Untuned battle lute. Yeah, yes. That's about right. All right, so what else do we have in here that
Is there something
is
about
very
like
disruptive?
noise or change? Change?
There is change. It's you adapt yourself. Like, it's not exactly
No,
where
that's
we're going, but
self-adaptation. That's not necessarily like change the environment.
yeah, but I mean, at least it's not like something that is against us. I'll put it on the vote. Let's see.
I was just thinking confidence.
Because you're so confident that you can sing badly or do something like that, and you're disrupting everything confidently. I think confidence. Should be
destruction domain with cry of destruction.
Yes,
yeah,
cry of destruction is a little
absolutely.
cry. Plus, you know what? Gorham, I think, had destruction. He's giving out his domains to just anybody now, even this stream disruptor.
So if you wanted to keep the idea of like disrupting streams of water and things like that, dust.
Dust because what's left behind when the streams are there no longer.
Yes.
With the parch and the dust storm, I can see that. Like, that's part of it. I'm not sure that's the best solution, but it deserves to be in the poll.
The 5 should be before the dust, not after. In the poll.
It should. And that should be a 6.
Indeed.
Because 6s exist. All right.
They do.
So, let's see. What else do we have here?
Freedom!
I liberate myself from the shackles and constraints of people telling me not to disrupt everybody's stream. Okay. There we go. Then, let's see. I do not have introspection. That's one thing that this dating does not have. Okay.
Like, nightmare and pain they seem a little much. Like, that's not really the goal.
Yeah, the goal isn't pain. It's just disruption. Let's see.
Definitely not perfection.
Yeah, the opposite, really.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Or toil.
Water because it disrupts streams. It does a tidal surge. And maybe zeal.
Yeah.
Because it's a little overzealous. All right. So vote for these.
So how many should folks be selecting in this poll?
Well, I don't want to make them choose all 4, but we do get 4.
Yeah. So maybe if everyone votes for their favorite 2 and then we pick from there?
Yeah, let's have everyone vote for their favorite 2 and see what happens from that. If we don't get enough, I'll ask everyone to vote for a third one. That should make it a little easier and faster to vote if you just pick your top 2. Because ultimately, ones that make it into the most people's top 2 should probably be on there over ones that made it into the most people's top 4.
Yeah.
Because that would be like the ones that people would think about taking with their cloistered cleric as their actual domain.
Yes.
Whereas their number 4 choice, they probably wouldn't want to ever take with their cloistered cleric.
So I see, so far we have 2 destructions and 2 zeals.
Zeals and
1
destructions
change and 1 dust.
Zeal and destruction are in the lead.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will pencil in Zeal and Destruction to start because they've taken an early lead, and that will give us... now we've got more for Destruction, so Destruction is solidifying its advantage.
And there's also a vote for Confidence.
That's right. So... I think
Destruction's got it.
Is probably going to be a lock just because we take top 4 and it's not going to get knocked out of the top 4 here. Let's see what other domains people think. Also, feel free to do a write-in candidate. You might convince us to change things around. I went through all the domains. I think that these are good ones to put in there. And Numbet says that 2 also makes sense. So why don't people... you can go ahead and vote for a third one now. Since Numbet has done that already. And that will help us disambiguate by tie-breaking with a third option. Mm-hmm. So that's another one for change. And then Kojo, Dalek, and Matthew can also vote for a third one as well. And we can use that to disambiguate before we move on to the next thing that we're going to be doing, which is always the trickiest one. Spells.
The spells, indeed. Especially because of how many times you're like...
Noise Blast is on the divine list.
Yes.
Alright.
Looks like
so
2.
It looks like 2 made it from third choices. And we got another one for 8. Solidifying it in there.
So then either 3 or 5 would be the last.
That's right. So we've got Change, Destruction, Zeal, and then either Confidence or Dust.
Mm-hmm.
So I will just put Confidence in with Dust as an alternate domain.
Yes.
Alternate Dust. The streams have been disrupted into dust.
Yes.
All right.
So if you decide to go more without literal type of stream in the
then
way
it's
you
sort of
interpret
an
the deity,
alternate splinter sect of the deity that is like that thinks about the fact that the streams were disrupted as a means, or sorry, as an end, and not just something that happens just because they're disrupting streams.
Yes.
All right. So let's get some spells. Noting that all the loud noise ones are usually on the divine list already, which will make it very difficult to.
All right, I'm gonna pull this on my phone too, see if we can make it a little easier to look through all our options. All right, Nethys, help me out.
Let's see. Noise Blast is already in there. Percussive Impact is
and
also
of course, folks, if you have any
spell.
that come to mind that are not on the divine list already.
Sculpt Sound is not on the divine list, although it is capable of quieting, so we could put like not quiet only, or like can't produce quiet. I'm gonna put it as an option here. We'll also need one first level spell, which is gonna be tough.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna check by traits. Let's see about things that Sonic, but
some of these ones on Rage of Elements are always just like, I don't know why they're on the list that they're on, and one of those is Phantom Orchestra.
Oh, hey!
Which is not on the divine list. It is on the primal list.
Huh.
That's why one of the many examples of like that's a little unusual, but it's not on the divine list, so therefore it could be. So and it makes a loud orchestra, so I'm gonna
Sonic and not divine.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Phantom Orchestra up on our List. Dalek Reject says Biting Words.
Biting Words
is not on.
Yeah, perfect.
It's not on the. Matthew says maybe every spell in Rage of Elements is primal. That's possible.
Shatter is not on the divine list.
Okay, that's perfect. That may be true, Matthew, but some of the other ones I saw that were weird, like that Metal Darts one being on divine, was not that it was weird that it was on primal, because it was definitely would be on primal, but it was weird that it was on divine.
Yeah, having done that search, Biting Words, there's Seashell of Stolen Sound,
yep.
Copy of Starting
I just found Seashell of Stolen Sound.
Signal Skyrocket, send an exploding firework into the sky, ignite fireworks, Shatter, Sonatus Band, and Phantom Orchestra, the ones that I found that are Sonic and
what about Ventriloquism? Is that on the divine list? Kojo pointed it out.
One moment, please.
Because that might actually be one that we can... So the Seashell and Ventriloquism, if it's allowed, are both level 1, and we really... Oh, no, it is on the divine list. I thought it was.
We already got it. Okay.
But I don't know what they... Like, could have changed it in the remaster.
No, but Biting Words is 1, too, right?
Oh, Biting Words is 1? I thought it was not. But if it's 1, that's good. Good candidate. It is not.
Oh, it's not?
It is not.
What is it?
Or I don't know. I just didn't find it at level 1. However, Thunderstrike does sonic damage in as well.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll just put it on our candidate list.
It says spell 1 here.
Oh, interesting. Well, maybe I didn't find it on 1 due to incompetence. Yes, that's correct. Incompetence.
Well, the list you're looking at has everything.
Yes, it has every spell in the game. It is level 1. There we go.
Yeah, right. Actually, a better search would be auditory minus.
Kojo points out Whales of the Damned. Now, a spell with Of the Damned not being on the divine list would be very strange. But let's see if it's not on the divine list. It is on the divine list, so we cannot use it.
What about Blistering Invective?
Oh, Blistering Invective is definitely a good one. Definitely a good one. Let's put Blistering Invective on the options. Okay, I think that's probably enough to vote for. If you come up with anything else, I will put it in there.
And shouldn't we sort them in some way by the level? Because only one first can win, for example?
That's fine. So, I will say which ones are first level. Number 3, number 5, and number 6 are first level. So, vote for either 3, 5, or 6 plus 2 more. Mm-hmm. Super confusing voting instructions, folks. Yes. Vote for either 3, 5, or 6. You have to pick one of those plus 2 more that are
Unless you have other spell ideas.
Or yeah, you can just put a write-in candidate.
Yes.
Everyone knows those never win, except they have one before at Arcane Mark.
Mm-hmm.
So we're choosing either Seashell of Stolen Sound, Biting Words, or a Thunderstrike for our first level spell, and then any of the other ones you pick 2 to be our other spells. Kojo, that's correct. They need to not be on the divine list because deity spells are added in addition to the divine list for all clerics. And so if they're already on the divine list, the cleric's like, well, thanks, God, but you just gave me a spell I already knew. Yes. So traditionally, we normally don't pick uncommon spells because then that would force, I know we're not like, we don't have to worry about organized play type situations, but it would force organized play or other GMs who are keeping the spell uncommon to also make the deity uncommon or do something else. So,
however, if you weren't concerned about that and you were doing this for like a home game purpose or things like that, the power word stun and kill spells would absolutely be choice. They're an incredibly good fit.
That's an excellent fit for this character, and they're not on the divine list, so it was a good find.
Yeah.
It just so happens they're uncommon, and so we usually try to avoid using uncommon spells, but that's not always true. In fact, there's like some wizard curriculums that have several uncommon spells on them, and ones that a lot of GMs would want to limit. So it just depends on your situation. Mm-hmm. All right, so right now for the first level spells, we have 1 vote for Biting Words and 1 vote for Thunderstrike. And then for the not first level spells, we have a vote for Shatter and Phantom Orchestra. The good thing about those is also Shatter is fairly low level and Phantom Orchestra is higher level, so they're not going to bingo at just around the same range, which is a good thing there. That's another, like Blistering Invective I think is the same level as Shatter, roughly. And Sculpt Sound is somewhere in between. So what do people think in terms of these spells? This is always the hardest one. I think we're actually doing well on these spells compared to normal. There's another one for Biting Words over Thunderstrike. Alright, Biting Words has taken the lead for our first level spell. So we can have
but Thunderstrike could still
Biting
pull it
Words.
off.
Yeah, it could. I'm putting Biting Words for now, but it would only take 1 vote to take it back to a tie. Mm-hmm. And then we need any 2 that aren't 3, 5, or 6 to be our other 2 deity spells. And there are some sets that wouldn't work together, such as Shatter and Blistering Invective, but like there's not that high of a chance that that's gonna happen. So we can pull ourselves together in any case. And Kojo is going for
1
Sculpt
and 7.
Sound and Blistering Invective. All right. So there's now an exact tie for all 4 of the other ones.
Oh man.
It means we either picked really good choices that everybody is happy about,
because the best spells are already divine,
or everybody was like Noise Blast was the obvious choice for this noise deity. Why can we not pick it? Mm-hmm. Like, literally, if Noise Blast was, like, an occult exclusive or something, it would be like, this is what this deity does, is make giant blasts of noise to bother people. Yeah, it's tricky.
They probably prepare that a lot,
there's
though.
a lot of good choices for this deity, even though it was a joke idea about disrupting streams with sounds and noises. All right, so we've got another one for 4 and 7. So that means that right now
4 and 7
4
have
and
2
7
votes, and the
are in
others
the
have...
lead, which means that Shatter and Blistering Invective, which are both level 2 and therefore
Can't be selected together.
be selected together, but that means we're
one of them
virtually
is going to,
guaranteed to have one of those, which, I mean, it's good to have a second level one because your deity gives out stuff early in the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like one of those is going to get it, and then after that, it's going to be either Sculpt Sound or Phantom Orchestra.
What level is Sculpt Sound?
Good question. I think it's like 3 or 4.
3, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was 3. So, like, it could go 1, 2, 3. Some deities do. Sometimes you want a bit of a gap, though. If I was designing it, I would probably, knowing that one of them was a 2, pick the 7, which is the orchestra. Which is not number 7, but is, in fact, the 7th level spell. So
given that it's kind of tied up here, we roll randomly
I'll
among
roll
the
randomly
two
among the 2 at level 2 and then pick orchestra.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second one, which is number 7, which is Blistering Invective, I think. Yeah, Blistering Invective is going to pull it out on the tie break against Shatter.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the very similar in concept to Biting Words Blistering Invective. And then we've got the 7th level Phantom Orchestra.
So having both Biting Words and Blistering Invective on here, and also the Confidence Domain, definitely introduces an idea that this isn't just only about disrupting people because you are annoyed by them doing things. It's also that you want to put in your way of doing things and have them, like, listen to what you're about.
Yeah, I feel like this deity is definitely, like, a deity that can't help but interject with their opinion as well when people are trying to say something. They're just like, well, here's what I think. It's like, thanks, deity of noise, but, like, we were trying to listen to, like...
I'm gonna tell you more about my opinion and not let you finish that sentence.
Yeah, but Urgathoa was telling us about undead. I think she knows about them. She was the one who became the first
I'm gonna
undead.
tell you what I think about it.
God of noise, you don't know as much as Urgathoa does about undead.
Of course I do.
Allow me to explain to Urgathoa the concept of an undead.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh my god. Alright.
So we're gonna need edicts, anathema, and some aphorisms. But while we're doing that, while we're still thinking about those, let's do some more, like, easier choices. So what is our sacred animal? And is it like a bull?
Or is it an animal that makes, like, a really loud and annoying sound?
Kojo, we may have created the god of well actually in mansplaining.
Mockingbird.
Kojo puts out a mockingbird.
Oh, that's so good.
It could be a mockingbird. I'm gonna put a howler monkey. I'm gonna put, like, a bull for a bull in a china shop and a rhinoceros just for, like, they don't get the point and they go rushing into things. Let's see. Those are all pretty good choices. I'll just put that in here. We can vote for our favored animal. And after we get that, we're going to need 2 sacred colors.
Yes.
Because sacred animals and sacred colors will tell us about...
Help us figure out what their symbol might look like,
What their symbol might look like and what sort of thing they like. Let's see. So we have a vote for Howler Monkey. A lot of votes for Howler Monkey. Everybody liked my Howler Monkey idea. so much that
Howler monkey it is.
it caused every single chord to change around from the howler monkey.
Hee hee hee.
Alright, so howler monkey. Now pick 2 sacred colors for this very special deity of noise disrupting streams and sound. So Rigo, this is the deity of sound problems that disrupt streams, whether they be streams of consciousness and thoughts, streams of water, or any other kind of stream. This deity is going to disrupt it.
I like the thought that the 2 colors should really not go together.
Yes, the colors like not matching at all.
So we could do like now I'm just imagining like a neon pink and a neon orange just like grating against each other.
Or like yellow and purple.
Or well, there's green and orange, yeah.
There we go. So, let's see some other ideas. Just put any old colors into the chat.
Yeah, orange definitely. Also, like, are howler monkeys have orange on them?
Let's look at a picture of a howler monkey. A howler monkey, I think, is brownish orange. Yes. Yes, so we need a howler monkey orange. Some of them are brown and some of them are orange.
But yeah, for some reason I guess I'm picturing more like an orangutan type.
You probably are, but some of the
I was
howler
wondering
monkeys
if howler
are.
monkeys might be that color. That's
ones,
a brown one,
the ones
yeah.
that are called ursine howlers look
Oh,
like they're
yeah.
kind of.
Oh no, maybe
some
that
of them
yeah.
are orange.
Some species of Venezuelan red howler.
Yes. There's also Guyanan red howler. It's kind of an orangish red. So
Wait, let's see. Oh.
Bright purple and orange is another one.
Maroon and orange.
Maroon and orange.
So yeah, this is like I think we've got orange in here.
All right, we've got orange in here.
And it's something that doesn't go well.
So let's do a vote between green,
maroon, and bright
maroon,
purple for what the other color is that isn't
purple
orange.
That goes with the orange. And we will put that with orange as the... we've got a vote for bright purple.
Mm-hmm.
Howler monkey orange. And bright purple.
Yes, because the person who said bright purple was the one who had suggested the other ideas
yes,
too.
That's
so
correct.
I think we got it. Howler monkey orange and bright purple are our sacred
We got
colors.
this. All right, so now what are our worshippers? Like, who actually...
what does our symbol look like? Now that we have is it...
All right, that's fair. So we're interrupting this question about worshippers to ask, what is our sacred symbol?
Yeah, well, we were down in that section about, like,
we
the visuals.
already know, technically the symbol's at the top, but now that we know this information, it does make it easier to figure out what the symbol is.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Is it, like, a bunch of random noise? Like waves of randomness that are in green and purple?
Like
that seem like they're like blotting out something else?
Bullhorn or megaphone.
Oh,
yeah.
bullhorn or megaphone? I could see that.
I like that.
A vuvuzela? Like a green, or no, sorry, not green. An orange and purple vuvuzela.
Oh my god.
Let's see. I need to make sure I'm even spelling vuvuzela correct. All right, so let's see the holy symbol. Oh, everyone's just putting vuvuzela exclamation mark.
All right.
All right, howler monkey and vuvuzela got very popular very fast. The sacred symbol is the vuvuzela.
No one knows how to spell it.
But you both spelled it right.
According to
except for vuvuzela.
Anyway,
Kojo spelled it right.
We just Googled it. Because we didn't know how to spell it. This is... Oh,
yes.
Sorry about that. Having a bit of chord issue here.
Yes.
I think I got it fixed.
I think that's working now.
Mm-hmm.
So, can we change the weapon to a battle vuvuzela? We can't because we already voted for a lute.
Aw, but what?
Okay,
Wait,
fine.
hold on. Check. What are the stats for the battle lute? Could we just say equally that it was a battle instrument?
We'll just say vuvuzela used stats for that battle lute. Battle lute. I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, it wasn't like you were slashing people with the battle lute, probably. Alright, so it's going to be an orange and bright purple vuvuzela. All right. So, what are our worshiper profile? Like, who actually worships this deity?
Well, I mean, based on the things that people were saying in chat, probably actuallys. People who always have to have the last word.
Is it reply guys? So we have like reply guys.
Probably like narcissists.
Disruptors.
The most annoying people you've ever interacted with.
Annoying people.
Who are the internet commenters of fantasy setting? Hecklers, I guess.
Oh yeah, there could be hecklers. So we have reply guys, narcissists, disruptors, annoying people, hecklers, maybe rioters.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Bar patrons.
Yeah, drunks. That makes sense. So they're rowdy and disruptive, and they think they know everything and are going to get into conversation. The exact people that Caden Kalian says you should not be a drunk like that.
Yeah.
That is the type of drunk that this deity is like, even Caden wouldn't accept you. What a jerk. Come join me. Mm-hmm. I will accept you.
Yes, the more damage and destruction you cause, the better.
Bad sports fans.
Sore losers.
There you go, sore losers. Alright, this guy's worshippers are bad. I'm glad we picked Can Be Unholy and did not allow Can Be Holy.
Yes.
Like, retroactively. Okay, so we're coming back around to the hardest ones. Edicts, Anathema, Aphorisms, and, like, a name. So, this is a bonus round. Oh, and sore winners can go in here, too. That's true. Sore losers and sore winners. Yes. Let me tell you why I beat you.
Oh my god. So, I feel like there's going to be anathema, allow yourself to be silenced.
Yes.
Or, like, allow someone to, like, suppress your opinion.
Yeah, or keep quiet when you have an opinion.
Yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh, so annoying.
Oh, edicts, always give your point of view.
Oh my god, look at that.
Anathema,
and whisper in libraries.
That would be, let's see. There's got to be a broader version than that. Is that even part of keeping quiet when you have an opinion? Or, allow yourself to be silenced.
Yeah.
Be silenced by others or societal norms.
Yes. Oh, and whispering in general, yeah.
So keep quiet when you have an opinion. Allow yourself to be silenced by others or societal norms. And
yeah, be verbose in your yeah.
Be verbose. Yes, that's good. Be verbose in your speech and or writing.
And then anathema allows someone to be wrong in your local tavern or town square. Like, hear an opinion, yeah.
I'm gonna add that, keep quiet when you have an opinion, or someone else is wrong.
Yes. Seriously, though, I do like the idea of anathema of whisper.
Would that be similar to keep quiet?
Well, because I thought keep quiet when you have an opinion is, like, not, like, when you, I think this is more about the volume of your voice. It's, like, speak, whisper, or otherwise, or speak quietly.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna say speak or move quietly.
Yes, speak or move quietly. Oh my god.
I'm sorry, I can't stealth.
I'm not allowed to avoid notice.
I can't avoid notice. That reminds me of a Pathfinder Society game Linda and I played at Gen Con where there was this one, god, like, grappler monk. And we went up to the dungeon. We were all like, okay, we're going to sneak in. And he says, all right, I go up to the front of the door and I yell in, I'm Bob!
Well, there's a point that could be a little overkill.
Yeah,
like,
that may be overkill.
So maybe, like, speak or move quietly. Like, I could feel like there's some of these that are, like, unless there's a greater whatever.
Unless
Unless you're
your life literally depends on it.
or like unless you're planning on making a annoying dramatic entrance later, like things like that.
Yeah, let's see. Speak or move quietly unless in the service of a greater loud disruption.
Yes. There
Kind
we
of
go.
like Shellen can't allow artwork to be destroyed unless so doing will cause like
Yeah.
a greater artwork
And
to
I like
be
that
lost.
too because combat, by definition, is a loud disruption. So it basically be like if you need to speak or move quietly in order to set yourself up for a combat, then that would automatically be fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I think we need to have an edict that is about disrupt the norms and the mainstream,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because it's got stream
It
in there.
has stream in it. Oh
Right?
my god. Yeah, here we go.
Okay. So we've got edicts and anathema. Do we have any aphorisms, like sayings that this deity has?
Well, actually. No, I'm just-
Let's see. Oh yeah. How about speak loudly and carry a big vuvuzela too?
Well, Kojo was gonna say,
well,
well, it's
actually-
going in there. Someone else other than
Yeah.
me said it.
We've got speak loudly and carry a big vuvuzela instead of speak softly
Yes.
and carry a big stick. Well, actually. What other aphorisms are important sayings for this deity? Hey! Listen! All right.
Oh, I've done my own research and
I've done my own research. And there you go. So those are some aphorisms of this deity.
most people think that, but
Most people think that, but there we go. All right, so do we have a name for this deity? What possible names or titles?
yeah. I'm thinking about like if there's a title that riffs off like interrupt or disrupt or
The Great Interrupter. Or The Eternal Interruption.
yeah. That works for one. What do folks think for a name, title, things like that? I also definitely feel like this deity's true name would just be like mind-bendingly annoying sound, but that's not what they're.
The Eternal Interruption. The stream's end.
A discordiant. Yeah, that's legit.
Alright, so potential name Discordiant. The Eternal Interruption. The stream's end.
Or it's just the interrupter.
Or Screech.
Aha.
The Disruptor. Let's see. So the
Those are
name
both
could
legit.
also be like a literal screech.
Yeah. And then we could just put like a screech sound.
The name might be in like for instance like in the language of in their own language The name sounds like nails on a chalkboard.
Or the sound of a howler monkey.
And a howler monkey's cry.
Yes. And people might decide to vocalize it in different ways, too. Like,
Yes,
I feel
that's
like
right.
whatever the deity's name is, you probably have to scream it obnoxiously.
That makes sense. And actually, Screech could be a title, too.
It
All
could
right.
be.
There we go. So I think we got this.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we're missing? I think not.
Medic Tanatha, worshippers, areas of concern.
We got this.
I guess we didn't put it in alignment, technically.
Yeah, well, we don't need it if we're in
That's true.
remaster, but we decided that it would be chaotic neutral for the non-remasters.
Yep.
So, pre-master.
Yes, full pre-master.
That's
Awesome.
right. All right, we did it. We made Discordians.
Oh, town criers could also be worshippers.
Oh yeah, town
Oh, yeah.
criers. They sort of get the information to you, but they could definitely interrupt everything else that you're doing. So we'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if your town crier does worship this deity, then you know they will.
You're in
You're in the
much
middle of a
trouble.
conversation, like, hear ye, hear ye.
Like, God
Like,
damn it.
hold on, I'm talking. Yeah, hear ye, hear ye.
Yeah. You
All
better
right.
hope your town crier doesn't worship this deity.
I hope my town crier doesn't worship this deity.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I think too many of the effective equivalents of town criers in this day and age do worship this
Yes.
deity, and that's a serious issue.
It is.
All right. Well, we've done it. We're going to put it into the Discord, tiny.cc/arcanemark.
And
So-
let's go ahead
Oh,
and...
wait, that wasn't correct because it had a comma.
Aha. We should also say goodbye to the YouTube.
We will, and then we can vote for the next episode.
Indeed.
So, bye, YouTube. See you next time.
Bye!